Hi everybody, and welcome to Chit Chat Tuesday, episode 9. Last week I was away, so there was no Chit Chat Tuesday. I'd gone away with my girlfriends to far north Queensland, up to Cairns and Port Douglas and the Daintree rainforests. As a way, we're all turning 60 this year, so it was just a little girls' getaway and some fun times and doing something. A few of them had never been there before, so that was good, and fun times and memories, and yay to the girls, a secret getaway. Anyway, whilst I was there, I took lots and lots of photos, and it was really good to be back in the Daintree forest and out with nature again, because so often with as being an artist and a surface pattern designer and everything like that, you spend a lot of time by yourself, especially if you're like a solopreneur and you're like a one-person team. You spend a lot of time working at home by yourself and you don't get to interact with people a lot, or you're sort of like inside your office working away or your studio, so you don't get much time to be out with nature as such. And I really noticed that I hadn't been out doing a lot of that once I was away. So I was taking lots and lots of photos of trees and leaves and just all interesting things and things I thought that's nice, and that as a reference. And when I was thinking about what to talk to today, I thought, well, this inspiration would be a great topic for artists, and just staying in the zone and how you can get inspired. Inspiration way number one is getting back to nature. So this is what prompted me to do this chat and this topic this week. Getting back to nature. This can be as simple as just going for a walk, a hike, a trek in the mountains if you live in a mountainous area, visiting botanical gardens, or even just a local walk around your neighborhood area and seeing the gardens and just experiencing things, and just to being outdoors and enjoying what you see. Okay, everyone's got an iPhone these days, or that's a camera as far as I'm concerned, so you can see things, a quick snap here, a quick snap there. There's always something that is flowering, whether it's in winter or in Australia anyway, maybe not so much in the snow in the northern hemisphere, it might be a bit different, but being in Australia, there's always things flowering and interesting things, gorgeous leaves and trees and shapes and forms. So that is way number one. Way number two is through travel and cultural immersion. Okay, did I get that right? Yes. Travel and cultural immersion. This is where you might travel to a different country where it's got lots of different cultures and art. So you're actually getting involved and you're immersing yourself in the different country, a different environment, and taking on board lots of different ideas. Okay, again, with your camera, you can, anything that inspires you. It may be a building, it could be a meal, it could be fabric and textures, or anything like that. So just experiencing what you're seeing as a travel and locking down those ideas and capturing them. So it could be a sunset, anything really, or fabric on a national dress, or way the music is, just something to do with travel. So that's a great way to be inspired. And way number three is art galleries and museums. So visiting museums, art galleries, independent art galleries, exhibitions, just to see interesting art or something that you haven't seen before. It could be a famous artist have an exhibition, it could be an emerging artist, or a local gallery that has wonderful artists in your own town, or even historical collections in the museum. There's always things that give you wow or catch your eye. There's no right and wrong with it, and most museums now you can take a photo as long as you don't use a flash. And sometimes if you're not sure, just ask the manager or the room caretaker or the curator, or when you go in the gallery, ask them if they don't mind. Small independent galleries may not allow you to, because it's part of an exhibition and things like that, but the larger galleries usually do. So that is a a great way, and just sitting with the artwork and taking on board and looking how things are done and the strokes and the colors and everything like that. So the more you can take on board and look and fill your world with, the more your memory will, you've got things to draw from. It's not like you're going to go and copy them and do those ideas, but it's just probably an awareness thing, so you can see what is possible, and it just builds recognition for colors, shapes, styles, different ideas. There's always something there that will be impregnated into your mind. Okay, another one is, this is probably a bit more in the design world, is mood boards. Okay, you can also use a vision board. Okay, so just say you were wanting to redecorate your home. It's all the magazines, you grab all the pictures that you like, Pinterest, people save pictures, or if it's for the way I work, not always, but sometimes if I'm working on a bigger project or a collection, I will put together a mood board. So it might be just paint chip samples, it could be a texture, a piece of lace, a piece of material, a photograph. So it just gives a theme. So if you've got the mood board there, it sort of keeps you narrowed down and focused into that area, so you're not sort of wandering off and straying, and it keeps you in the zone, let's say. Number 5 is fashion and textile trends. Okay, think the runway. You see all the fabulous designers out there. They've got new clothes coming out, different things. There's always something new and exciting. However, not to copy and not to steal the ideas. No, we don't do that. Okay, so you've just got to stay up with the latest trends and things that are going there, because things, when you see them on the runway, that is the new thing. It will take usually a couple of years to filter down to mass market, but there's always something. A lot of design, it could be just the way an outfit's cut. It could be that the line work, the flows of the patterns, the color coordinations, or something they've given a nod to a famous piece of art and it's been translated down. So that's always good to see what's going on, and then maybe use that for a starting point in your own art or what you want to design, and then make it your own. You have to always, you can't copy people, can't copy that. You've got to keep it yourself and your own. Okay, another way, it's something I do quite often, usually 2 or 3 times a year, plus I host one with another lady, art challenges. Okay, creative art challenges and online drawing prompts and things like that is a great way to be involved with people all around the world, different standards and things like that, and just have fun with it, because you haven't created the prompts, so it sort of jogs your memory of how to be able to do something. So you could think of them as little design briefs, or something that it's like an exercise in a project, and keep them fast and simple and just getting the work done. So I use them as like creating a whole pile of body of work and sketches. They're not finished pieces by any means when I do these, and I use it also with the 100-day project. So every year I like to make at least 100 new pieces of art, and that I can translate as I need into designs or put them on for prints or something else. So that's another way. Photography, we've sort of covered this in the other ones, but yes, taking your own photos as reference is very important. So you can just go scoot around your backyard, or even on your balcony, your neighbor's area, just simple things that you can take photos of. I love flowers anyway, as if you didn't know anyway, but I always take shots of photos, even on my, I always take shots of flowers on my walks. So I have umpteen millions, probably I don't even look at them anymore. Go out into my garden, I'll see something, oh, that's flowering now, I'll grab a photo of that. So photo reference there. But you can also do photo references of buildings, birds, animals, beach scenes, anything. There is so much that you can reference with your phone. And then you can crop out different sections, like say, okay, whole big photo, what would it look like if I just had this part of it? And then recreate something or paint it or draw it in your own style. Okay, next up on my notes here. Okay, design communities. There are lots of little Facebook groups and design communities where people are doing, again, it's like the prompts and things like that. So they're having little challenges and people might put out a project or an assignment. It could go with a course or something. And also like online teaching, you have different things. Okay, so that's another way. Everyday objects and patterns. Okay, look around your house. You've got stacks of stuff there. Take photos. It could be even a crop down thing from a metal texture on something, an engraving, a wooden bowl, vases, flowers, cutlery, anything. So you can incorporate that. You can incorporate that into your patterns and design work and use them for, say, conversational prints, abstract concepts. Things such as found textures and interesting patterns and marks. Okay, you have trees. All trees have got interesting patterns and bark and textures. Take a snapshot. That is a form made in nature. You can't improve on nature. There are lineal structures you can translate into geometric patterns. There can be a point of interest in a background as such. Rocks, pebbles, the ground, even steel plates you see on the ground, on the pavement, those grid paints. All of that stuff can be incorporated and recreated for abstract stuff. Another thing you could do, I know a lot of people who've done this, I'm not so good at it myself, is like have the music playing and draw and paint or sketch or put marks on the page while you're involved and enthralled in the music. So it's like putting your emotions out on paper and paint while the music's playing. Okay, that's another form of abstract concepts. Okay, number 10, childhood memories and nostalgia. Well, we all have childhood memories. There is a lot to draw on there. What were your favorite things when you were growing up? That could be purely inspirational, capturing memories of your grandparents, the houses, your vacations, nostalgia, things that you have collected, memorabilia. That is a great source of inspiration. And it is very personal to you and it has depth and meaning. That is one of my favorite sources of inspiration. The last one I've got is like trying something different. It's sort of like a cross-disciplinary process. Just say you always do digital work or you draw or you paint. Step out of your field and try something new. So try a different medium, a different way of painting. You might do pottery or sculpture. Could do sewing or embroidery. All these different skills and methods and mediums in working also helps you to open your mind and ideas pop up. So it's not the fact that you want to go in that zone, but you are experiencing something new that can help you to add something extra to your work. Okay, I think that's it. So, sorry it's a bit sort of scatterbrainy today, but I'm sort of been home for 3 days and tomorrow I leave again for a week, and so I've just been back to back trying to rush everything in. But that's just 12 sort of ways that you can be inspired by, and to sort of like if you've got a bit of creative block, if you have a bit of creative block, don't worry. Just take a break, do something different. That's what this is all about. Just being inspired and not to beat yourself up and trying something new or different. So there's lots of possibilities that you can just, have a break and that, but they're still enjoyable and you're still getting your creative fix, and it just sort of releases your mind rather than just staring at a piece of blank paper or blank canvas. That in itself, I think, is the scariest thing, is the blank canvas or the blank piece of paper, because it's like waiting now, where to start, what to do, and that sort of thing. So yeah, sometimes just put a wash of color all over it, put something down, and then just see what happens. Sometimes the work will reveal itself. Anyway, bye. I will see you next week. Bye.